What was the first football match you remember watching in a stadium?
In the stadium?
Or on TV?
That's a while ago. I think in my old club, Arab Contractor. I was there and I went to watch the game for the first team when I was like 15 years old. So that's my first game, I can say.
Okay, getting your first taste of live action football, seeing the professionals play. What was it like winning your first ever trophy in football? I'm going to include when you were, a young player, when you were in school. Do you remember it?
I think the first one as a professional was in Basel, and it was great. It was like you win something when you are really professional. That was my first trophy. I was, I think, 20. So it was a great feeling. Yeah.
Things come around full circle. It's quite amazing. You are an idol to many, but who was Mo Salah's idol when you were growing up?
It's different always. I'm saying in football, I always was looking up to Ronaldo, the phenomenal, Ronaldo and Zidane and Totti. They were unbelievable. But in any other hand, I was watching boxers, I was watching basketball maybe. I want to understand how they think, how their mentality was. So it's always different, but yeah, it's in football I can choose that three. I'm always looking up to that three.
Out of interest, did you watch that Last Dance Michael Jordan documentary since you mentioned basketball?
Yeah, I did. Did
you find it interesting because you yourself are a professional athlete?
It's really interesting. And of course, I can't believe that everyone knows Michael Jordan, how big he is, and he doesn't really care about the people's opinion and just showed you the real story and the real person he was. Like sometimes he was tough, really tough with his teammates. He said, "This is who I am. Accept me or not, but this is who I am." But if someone else maybe in his position and he would just think my image has to be perfect, but I give him credit for that.
I love to see the competitive edge that he brings in everything, be it playing golf, be it playing basketball, be it throwing I think it was the coins against the wall. I'm not sure what game that is. Who's the most competitive in the Liverpool squad? Who's most like Michael Jordan in that sense? Who can't stand to lose?
No, it's different. It's different because Michael Jordan was competitive in everywhere, outside the field, inside the field. But some players here is just in the field. It's inside, outside is something else. But it's different to find that mentality because I don't know. I can't see that good in every time to be competitive in your real life. I can see it bad, I can see it good, but it's different because we are human and everyone sees the situation in a different way.
Because I've spoken to James Milner. I spent an hour with James Milner. I think he would be very competitive. Henderson as well, the captain. I think he'll be very competitive.
That's could be. Henderson inside the field, he's really, really, really competitive. Outside, he's something else. He's a different person. I'm not saying he's not competitive, but he's calm more and he's a leader in that time. He takes care of everybody and just different thinking. Inside the field different, outside is different. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we reflect back on your Liverpool career and you're now a world champion, European champion and a Premier League champion, do you remember what your debut for Liverpool was like? Do you remember how you're feeling inside your heart and what's going on inside your head?
Right now, you mean? Or
no, when you first joined Liverpool, bearing in mind, of course, that you had played in England before and then you were coming back to the same country.
Yeah, I think I came back to the country, and I think in my first few interviews, the people were asking me, why you came back, why you came here, and you had a bad experience in Chelsea. Then I say I came here to prove them wrong, and I want to win trophy with Liverpool. I want to win a Champions League. I want to win the Premier League. Even my close friends were really? Yeah, it was 27 years they didn't win anything, and you think you would come and try to change that? I said this is who I am, and I will do my best to do that. And the first year we lost in Champions League, and we felt confidence that we reached that level. Then the second year we won the Champions League, third year the Premier League. So yeah, I do remember the first interviews I did, and I watched them sometime just to remind myself the first days I was here and where I am now.
Yeah, unbelievable. Out of interest, can you cook? Do you know how to make food?
Yeah, of course I do. So I was living for 1.5 years there, so
okay.
I know how to cook.
I want to know, what was the first dish you actually cooked on your own?
Pasta with tomato. That's the easiest one.
Pasta and tomato.
Yeah, pasta with tomato, then pasta with pesto after that. And yeah, then start to do chicken, then sometimes meat. Yeah, I'm good cooking.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Because some of the other Liverpool boys I've spoken to, I'm not going to mention any names, have said they cannot cook to save their lives. I won't say who.
They never live alone. They never live alone in their lives. So you have to try. When you live alone for 1.5 years or 2 years, you have to learn. Otherwise, just be starving in the street.
That's true.
So I was learning. I was learning how to cook, and I cook sometime at home as well. Like the breakfast, I have to always do it for myself every day, except the day we have a camp. But I have to do the breakfast, which is always different. And sometimes I do lunch or dinner. Not all the time, to be fair, but sometimes I do. I just enjoy it.
Final thing on this series, what was the first experience like when a fan asked you for an autograph or a picture? When they said, "Oh my God, you're Mo Salah. Can I get a picture of you?"
Yeah, I think after I played my first game in Egypt, someone asked me, "Can I take a picture with you?" I said, "With me?" He said, "Yes, you are Mo Salah," because we were in Egypt. I said, "Yeah, of course. Can you tell me your name? How do you know me?" And I was asking him a question, but I was really happy. That's why sometimes I can't really. Okay, sometimes it's there is no privacy for you anymore, but I always try to remember where I have been or where I was, then just remind myself to keep calm. That's something I want people to know, that to know me. So now when they know you can't complain really. So yeah, I'm trying to do balance in that.
Yeah, it's certainly the case. I mean, wow. Actually, Egypt's somewhere I would really love to go to just because my father was born there, but I've never been. So maybe one day into Alexandria, that's where he was born.